This is 2 Ezra 8 and 15. For many great misery shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. Praise be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Nakakadash, double honor to the elder and the apostles of Great Mission who do well. Peace, blessing, salutation to the Akim pushing this truth to the four winds of the heaven. So this is 2 Ezra 8 and 15. Let me repeat again. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So let us go and see what great misery shall be done unto them that dwell in the earth in the later time, man. Let's go and see. Let's go and see. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah 37. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, says the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bond, and the stranger shall no more save themselves of him. So, for you people who say that Jacob trouble happened in 70 AD, Jacob trouble happened when we were in Babylon, Jacob trouble happened during slavery, man, you don't know what you are talking about. Like the picture here, if you don't know the whole story, shut up, man. Don't lead the people astray, man. Don't lead the sheep to slaughter, man. Because here in Jeremiah 30 and 8, it tells you after Jacob's trouble, the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, let me read again. I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bond, and the stranger shall no more save themselves of him. So, after Jacob's trouble, then our deliverance, and then our captivity is over, man. That's how you know Jacob's trouble haven't happened yet. That is cut number 1, man. Let's continue, man. First of all, 2 Ezra 8 and 50, that was a cut, man. Let's go again. Cut number 2 is coming out of history. Where the Israelites were in Babylon, and during the 70 AD, there were only 3 tribes, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man. So we can't consider it Jacob's trouble. Though they were troubled, man, captivity and the siege of Jerusalem were not good things, man. But that does not include all the tribe. The other tribe came to the other side of the world before the Babylonian captivity. So that is cut number 2. Unless you don't believe the native as the northern kingdom, that is another problem. And all of you people who say that Jacob's trouble happened, you don't believe in the chariot. That is problem number 2. In cut number 2, unless you have 2 problems, you don't believe in the chariot, and you don't believe the native as the northern kingdom. Let's go to cut number 3. Let's go to cut number 3. This is May 24. May 24, 29. Immediately after tribulation of those days. Immediately after tribulation of those days. Which tribulation is he talking about? You can say that those days it was talking about Jacob's trouble, it was talking about the siege of Jerusalem, or it was talking about slavery. So, don't worry. Let's continue to read. Immediately after tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, Eh? Did the sun did the sun darkened in 70 AD on slavery? The sun was perfect shining. That's why Esau was able to capture Jake and to bring them on ship because the sun was shining. Yeah? So you can say that the sun was talking about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It was a dark thing. Let's continue. And the moon shall not give her light. You can still argue. You can still argue that it was talking about. It was talking about wisdom. That's a dark thing. Let's continue. And the star shall fall from heaven. That's a cut, man. Cut number 3. Did the star fall during 70 AD in the city of Jerusalem? No. Did the star fall during slavery? No. That's cut number 3. And the power of heaven shall be shaken. What's the power of heaven? It's talking about the forces which hold the earth, man. Different forces, man. The centrifugal force, the centripetal forces, and the different forces, um, the shear forces which hold the tectonic plates, man. They will be shaken, man, and the volcano will be erupting, man. Go and listen to brother's vision, man. The earth was tearing apart, man. Even Esau will tell you in his movement, the earth will be bursting into different faults, man. And the volcano will be erupting everywhere, man. In that day, you don't really want to be left in ground zero, man. So this is cut number 3. So let's go and prove the star of heaven is talking about the missiles, man. Unless you don't believe in the missiles, that is another thing, man. Let's go to the 6th seal, man. This is Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld when he has opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, the powers of heaven being shaken. To Verse 24 and 29. That's the precept, man. This is cut number 4. I am going to cut you scoffers until you bleed, man. This is our job, man. Let's repeat. This is Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, man, and the star of heaven. So this is cut number 4. I'm telling you. John the apostle received this revelation when he was in the island of Patmos. We during Salaki, when you go and read the story about this, John the apostle received this revelation when he was at least he was old, man, to 80 or 90, something like that, man. I don't know if the siege of Jerusalem was already happened or something like that, but this is talking about future prophecy, man. The star didn't fall during the siege of Jerusalem and during slavery, man. So the star is talking about the missiles, man. When the sun become black, circles of hair, and the moon became as blood. So this is not talking about the angels, man. This is talking about mushroom cloud, man. Brimstone. And the star of heaven fell onto the earth as the fig tree cast her ultimate fig, when he is shaken of the mighty wind. And as the heaven departed as a scroll, man, the heaven will be burnt, man. Look at my other video of the testimony, man. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places, man. This is the earth will shake like a drunkard. 20 floor. I did a video about that. The earth will literally shake, man. So Jacob trouble haven't happened yet. You haven't seen the missiles, man. And when Jacob trouble come, nobody will be telling you, brother, look, this is Jacob trouble. No, you will know. Because Esau will roll in the street with tanks, man. Esau will be wearing Iron Man suit, man. So your gun won't do shit on Esau. Your gym won't do shit on Esau, man. That's why the men of the Lord will have spiritual power. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai know what Esau will be rolling up with. He will be rolling up with Iron Man suits, man. Little Iron Man suit, man. Your bullet can't penetrate, man. Your 10mm pistol won't penetrate Esau bulletproof, man. So Esau will massacre you. You haven't seen nothing yet. So let's go to cut number 5. This is cut number 5, and I'm going to close with this cut number 5. First of all, we are not here to make you believe, hold the hand you see, to make you believe. First of all, you need to understand Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is not a respect of a person. If you don't get this prophecy, man, your ass is out, man. The missile will burn your ass up, and we don't care if you don't believe in the missiles. We don't care about your kids will be burned and will be made stable, man. When the missile touch ground zero, man, your kids will evaporate. Everything you accumulated for extorting brothers out with their money, man, taking brothers' money, and you build that house, you bought that car, that Mercedes Benz, man. Everything will going to be banned, man. Every work will going to be banned, man. I will finish it with that scripture. This is cut number 5, man. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. When did Michael stand up, man? You can say, but he Michael stood in 70 AD, but we didn't see him, man. If Michael stood in 70 AD, we could have won that war. Michael will stand this time because the men of the Lord will win this war, this coming war. You two said we don't concern with you. The Lord don't concern with you. You two said they are true, man. From the foundation of the earth, it was written, you said, two said they are true. Michael will stand up because we will win this war, and we have already won, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. When Michael stand up, we will get spiritual power, and we will roll on Esau, man. Point blank period. So Michael didn't stand in 70 AD because your eyes were put to death with the Roman, man, and you escaped by running, man. So Michael didn't stand in no goddamn way, man. During slavery, Michael didn't stand because we are captured as grasshopper, man, to the slave ships, man, and hitting ourselves. So no, Michael didn't stand up, man. Michael will stand up because Esau is going to see the real power, man. Esau is going to see the real power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why Michael is going to stand up to raise a standard against Esau, man. So this is cut number 5, man. This is cut number 5. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. This is cut number 6. Written in which book? The book of life. So you mean to tell me those people who survived during the siege of Jerusalem, those people who survived slavery, were written in the book of life? First of all, there are people, Israel, who didn't go to slavery, man. They are still there. They have community. They didn't go to slavery, man. It happened just like that. But their fellow Israelites went to slavery. They remained where they are. So you mean to tell me all those people in which slavery didn't touch them, they are written in the book of life? You men are true. You stupid are true, man. Let's go to Daniel 12 verse 2. This is cut number 6, man. Aren't you bleeding? 6 cuts on your law. 6 cold cuts. And the men of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Those brothers who died in this truth shall awake. And all of you Negro who died without knowing this truth, you will awake. Yes. What will happen when you awake? Let's see. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Why some will awake to everlasting contempt? Because you came against the men of the Lord, saying that the trouble already happened, and now we needed to drink milk and honey. We will go, we see our exodus here to Africa, and the other nation will be destroyed. You, Esau will not follow that easy, man. Esau will roll on you. Every kingdom when fall, they follow with people, man. They die with people, man. It's like somebody. Have you went to swim, man? Those brothers who know how to swim. I used to teach people how to swim back in the day, man. So when you reach a place. I used to swim in rivers, man. Not swimming pool, man. Rivers, deep rivers, man. Deep rivers, man. Yeah, they are deep, man. A house with 2 floor to 3 floor, that deep, from ground maybe to 30 floor, that deep. Not like a swimming pool. A swimming pool is not that deep. Deep rivers, man. And when you start swimming, you go from the shallow water to deep. When we approach to deep water, the one I am teaching, he gets scared, man, to the extent that he lose his mind. He don't know what is going on, man. He's so afraid, man. Guess what that person will do? He will hold your neck tight. If you're not careful, you will die together, man. So that's what Esau is going to do. He will hold your neck, you two said, and he will die with you. Esau will make sure to die with you. So you are not going to do an exodus, a swift exodus, uh, coming out of America and Europe, and Esau will let you be. So go, because we have acknowledged your power. So go to Africa, go to Israel there, and the Jew in Israel will come to Europe. Then you can stay together, you can stay in peace. That ain't gonna happen, man. Even in Egypt, we left after the Pharaoh being killed, man. What about now, man? And this exodus will be the fantastic one. What do you think? If we go by peace, man, this exodus won't even exceed the exodus of Egypt, man. We came out of Egypt in style, man. This exodus will be far more great. Because of what? Because of the chariot, man. The chariot will come to get Esau, man, and it will be fantastic, man. And you two said it will be zapped up. That's it, man. That's your fate. And I pray I am of the elect. Lord willing, man. And so I hope the lesson was edifying. This is part 2. That Jacob trouble didn't happen in 70 AD. Get your head out of that sand, man, and smell the coffee, man. Smell the coffee that Esau is about to roll on you. And Esau is already rolling on you. Because if you go on YouTube now, niggers get killed and they are starting to realize the white is not your friend, man. Because during the 2090 and 90 and 2007, 2006, and niggers got complacent, man. They say, Esau was not all that bad. Our ancestor, and we are being harsh on Esau. Esau is not all that bad. How about now? Is Esau not all that bad? When you see all of the video, Esau rolling, the cops rolling on you on the street, and no any case, no any charge against the cops, man. Can't you repeat the same sentence that Esau is not all bad, and Esau will get worse and worse and worse because the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is on Esau to roll on you. Esau is a Yahweh Hashem Yahweh sword, and Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is going to use that sword, which is Esau, to kill you, Negro. You two said, man. I hope I'm not among the two said, man. That's a bad, the gospel is news. People say the Christians say the gospel is good news. No, the gospel is news. It can be bad or good. If you are among the two said, man, that's bad news for you. If somebody is among the prophet, that's good news because he'll be delivered. Nothing will touch him. Jacob trouble, the pestilence, hunger, nothing will touch the elect, man. So that's good news. But to the two said, in another side of the coin, it is bad news. The gospel is bad news and good news. The Christian says that the gospel is good news. Amen. Look, the gospel is bad news to other people. The Lord is about balance, man. That's what the Christian don't understand. That's why the Lord tell you, He form darkness and make light, because the Lord is about balance, man. That's why we say Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is perfect, and no man is perfect. Because the Lord is about balance, man. He do evil and good at the same time. That's a balance. If a person say, I am perfect, can you kill somebody and still maintain your righteous act? No. Only Yahweh Hashem Yahshua can do that, because he is a perfect judge. That is another lesson. That is another deep lesson. So I hope the lesson was edifying. I keep on insisting, Jacob trouble is coming. Jacob trouble is coming, and it didn't happen 70 AD on Babylon captivity or during slavery. Point blank period. Shalom.